everyone, and welcome back to our channel. It's great to see everyone. We have had a slight delay on bringing back Deep Magic to you. Do not worry, we are coming back. We just want to let everybody get better, take care of business, and we want to have a full cast for our first episode. So we will see everybody actually not this week, not next week, but the week after that, and we will get started. I am very excited, but I'm sure you will be very excited when you see it. So, in honor of that, we are going to be doing some other games. Tonight we are playing For the Honor, which is something that MJ has introduced us to. I'm really excited. I have never played. I know John and MJ have. So, we're going to let everybody introduce themselves as normal, and then we're going to get started. So, MJ.
I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I am a podcaster and writer, and you can find more of my work at certainpov.com.
Awesome. John.
Hi, my name is John Bradley Lestrange. You can find me on TikTok as The History Wizard, where I shout about history stuff.
And Junie.
I'm Juno Vanish. You can find me on Twitter and anywhere else on the internet because that's where I live.
And I, as always, am Spectre Olafet or Spectre here, and you can find me anywhere on the internet by that name. You can find this channel at Arc of the Dragon on Twitter, Archives of the Dragon on YouTube. Go give us a follow, give us a like. You can find season 1 and season 2 of Deep Magic over there, as well as our one-shots. And of course, you can support us here on Twitch. So give us a follow, subscribe to us, throw bits at us, do all the things, because all of my cast is awesome and I love them a lot. So
we love you too.
Yay!
Anyway, MJ has given me an excuse to put ridiculous makeup and like a crown on today, so I'm excited. So
I'm also wearing a crown. So fancy today. If you don't mind, Spectre, I'll take over talking about For the Honor. I have everything in front of me. So we're going to be playing For the Honor today. It is a tabletop RPG inspired by She-Ra, Princesses of Power. It is written by Quinn Vega. I got it as part of the itch.io bundle for Black Lives Matter. It's a very inclusive game, and the nice thing about it is no one has to run it, which means Spectre, our storyteller, can actually be part of the game this time. So that's something that's really exciting. And I think the best way for us to get into it is to just start talking about the characters that we came up with. I will start with my character. Their name is Thera. They are a princess of the wilds. As a member of the wilds, it's up to me to decide if I will help the other factions or just take them for what they are worth. My character's traits are ancient, gentle, and solitary. My abilities are animal and plant magic. My pronouns are they, them. And Thera is described as old as the forest itself, an embodiment of the wilds. Green skin streaked with brown, black eyes, mossy hair. Flowers grow in their wake. Animals are always nearby. And the symbol that they use to mark themselves as a princess of the wilds is the Triskele.
Awesome.
So that is my character. John, why don't you talk about your character?
Absolutely. So my character is named Shepard. They, them. They are a knight of the kingdom of Bastion, because no one told me I couldn't name my kingdom whatever I wanted, and so to the surprise of no one...
You are supposed to name where you're from.
Fantastic. And to the surprise of no one, I made another paladin, because...
You a paladin? What?
Listen, they're the best character. More on that another time. Shepard is steadfast, bold, and stoic, and also just a little bit angry, just all the time, just constantly. Dark gray skin, bunch of scars from getting into a lot of fights. Some of them for good reasons, some of them because someone looked at them funny, and they're just always angry. Mohawk, old scuffed armor that's just been through a lot of stuff. Their powers are super strength and elasticity, which I feel like it will be a lot of fun to play with. That's what I got.
Awesome.
I never know how to end these things. And scene. Next.
Next, let's take Junie. Junie, tell us about your character.
Okay, I actually wrote some stuff down. Her name is Noir, Princess of hold on, I can't pronounce words, so excuse me. Ananthiacum. It's library, but spelled differently and more, pretentious.
Okay.
There you go.
Princess of the Library. Got it.
Yes, pretty much. She, her. It's within the forest of Vesson. Knowledge. And she's actually a rebel.
Ooh.
And she is fighting against the onslaught of the Legion. She's defending her books, knowledge, and everything else. She's idealistic, thoughtful, and unpredictable. And her powers are telepathy and telekinesis.
Nice. That makes sense.
I like it. I like it very much.
Before we take Spectre, did you mention what your faction was?
Yes.
I don't think I did.
No, well, you're of the Wilds.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
That's
my
yours.
faction.
And then my faction is the Kingdoms.
Okay, great.
Right. So the Wilds are like exactly what it sounds like. Like you're out in the forest and stuff. The Rebels are, if you've seen it, it's the Princess Accords. It's the alliances. The
Right.
Kingdom is the remnants of the last Princess Accord who have been like resisting in their cities against the Legion. So Junie, our characters aren't going to like each other too much on first blush because well, y'all bailed last time.
Well, let's talk to Spectre and see what
Yes.
Spectre's character is like.
So I have made Princess Duanala. She is Princess of the Wilds. She lives in the caves of Arasheen, which are these caves that are filled with these beautiful fabrics. There are multiple people who live here with her, but the little small group of people who have found a home in these caves. Her powers are spinning and dancing magic, and she's really fascinated with patterns and just how things weave together. And so she's decided to protect this little group of people, though admittedly by putting very pretty stuff around them as much as she can, as much as one can find out in the wilds. She is creative, she's outgoing, but she's also very vigilant. So she's very friendly, but also, who the fuck are you? Her name is Duanala. I think I said that. The symbol that she's chosen for is a circular bit of lace fabric that she always wears around her neck. She also has that lace pattern tattooed around her eyes.
Ooh, fancy. She sounds cool.
Everyone
Okay.
sounds cool. There's no one who is not cool in this group. What are you talking about?
Okay, now that we know all of our characters, let's start with the first game. Now, the points of these games is for us to tell stories together. We just work together to tell some fun stories, and we're going to start by discovering something new. For those who are unfamiliar with this game, I'm just going to read out the rules, and we'll get going. So, play this at the start of the session, play by yourself. So each of us are going to get around, basically. Choose an option from any section and read it aloud to the other players. Then answer its question. Other players should also feel free to offer answers. These will introduce items, events, and actions that will give your story a starting direction and a driving conflict. By choosing an option, you are saying that it should be the beacon that each of your characters are working towards. Everyone should feel free to claim that the person, kingdom, or object is connected to their character. You could be the soldier leaving their old life behind, or maybe the keeper of an ancient sword, the princess behind the magic gate. It's all up to you. And then to finish your discovery, you take a few moments to think about your character and how your faction might react to this discovery. So who would like to go first?
Show me the Kingdoms options.
The kingdoms options.
Right there.
Well, you can choose from any section, but... Whoever picks a question first, say something.
I've got one.
Okay, go for it.
So I've picked one from the Legion section.
Okay.
And I like the one that says, the Legion has come into possession of a powerful dark gemstone. What forbidden magics does it hold?
Ooh.
And I like this one because I think they've come into possession of something that's going to either help keep my people safe or keep them fed, which there's not a lot of us, but out in the wilds, it's not protected by any kingdom. It's not protected by the rebellion. There's not a lot of allies, and the allies that are out here are very conditional. So it's very important to me to have something that would keep me safe, that I could either bargain with or I could keep my people safe with. So I really think that this has something to do with making, let's go for barren land fertile. I think that's a good idea. But I think there's probably some sort of flaw in it that I don't know about. But all I've heard is rumors, and so I've decided to go on a stealth mission to go find this job.
That makes sense.
Because I am always the rogue in the family.
I was going to suggest that it produces wards and not so much fertility.
Ooh, I like that.
Or I was thinking, because you said there might be a flaw in it, and because the prompt said dark magic, maybe it does the opposite of what you think it does, and it takes fertile land and makes it barren.
Or maybe it draws from other land nearby.
I like that better. That would be cool.
Like a life siphon kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like a drain spell? Yeah.
So, like, this patch of land will be incredibly fertile, but 30 yards that way, you're going to kill a tree.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Go over to the Rebellion. I just want to make sure that I'm reading the...
Rebellion.
I think I'm just going to pick the first one.
This one?
Yes, kind of very much the plot of just the show, but it very much appeals to the character that I am making. Somewhere deep in the tangled woods, there lies an ancient sword that holds the soul of a long-lost warrior. What legend have you heard about them? And this very much appeals to the type of character that I'm making, and like our constant struggle against the Legion for all this time. And the legend that I have heard about this particular mighty warrior is that they wielded vast power in battle, enough to like cut a Legion tank in half in one go, and then just keep on trucking. And Legion tanks are like a big scourge when facing up against kingdom walls. It's a very difficult thing to fight against when you mostly just have swords and the occasional wizard, basically. So, like, going off on a quest, gonna find this sword, gonna kill some bad guys with it.
So what legend have you heard about it?
I have heard that the sword just holds vast power that I can use to fight the Legion.
Big strong.
Okay. Big strong.
It's a big strong weapon, and yeah.
Junie, did you find a question?
Yes, I found Legion tanks had been advancing on Rebellion Village, and there is still time to ready defenses. How prepared are the villagers? And Nora, being that she's been a part of this since she was a little kid, almost known as the Red-Headed Bandit, she would be running around trying to get villagers, like the kids and the elderly, out, trying to get them back to one of the, rebellion castles for safety, and then, getting traps together, setting things up, and trying to move heavy objects with her mind so that people don't see them actually moving, like the Legion isn't aware that we're actually trying to do things and trying to be all quiet and such. And then, like a flash, she's out. And no one ever hears anything because she makes sure that everyone talks through their mind, as she's like the telepathy connector. So the village works as normal, but nobody hears any alarms, screaming, or anything or panic, because they're all talking through a head, and everything looks as normal.
Okay, so you feel confident that the village is prepared?
Yes.
Okay, so the question that I came up with is also from the Rebellion section. The last seed of an ancient and mystical tree has been picked up on our scanners. Legends say it holds great power. We can't be sure that our enemies haven't picked up on it as well. Where has it come to rest? And this is what I was thinking. I was thinking that the seed is actually Thera's seed, because I was thinking of Thera as an embodiment of the wilds itself, as being impossibly ancient, a magic user that predates society as you all know it on this world. And I was thinking that the seed is a piece of Thera's power that she carries with her. So that way, or they carry with them. So that way, if they ever have to restore a piece of the forest or if the wilds start dying, they have power that they can put into the ground in order to bring it back. So I think Thera themselves is the ancient and mystical tree that they're trying to locate.
I like that. I think that's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be planted, but hey.
I mean, Thera is ancient and does not think that way. Like, it's a seed of their power that the rebellion is tracking, I think.
Fair.
Never.
They probably wear it, like, in a locket.
Nice. I like it.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
So, how do you think your factions will react to these various discoveries?
I think that the kingdoms will be very excited to get this big strong weapon because we've been fighting for so long and we're getting tired, man. And the princesses ain't good for much. No offense, but
You are a princess.
no, I'm a knight.
Oh, you're a warrior.
I am. Yes.
Okay, I thought you were a magic user.
Yes.
Okay, magic users are called princesses.
Well, Shepard doesn't call themselves a princess because the princess is dipped. But
Okay.
technically speaking, yes.
Got it. Okay, I understand now.
Yes.
He's
So,
a princess who doesn't want to be a princess.
Yes.
Something that I didn't establish is that princess is not gender specific. It is what they call their magic users.
Yes. So the kings would be very excited to get this big strong weapon because hopefully we can use it to, like, if not defeat the Legion outright, at least buy ourselves more time. So big strong sword. Yes, good.
Spectre, how does your faction feel?
Well, I think when we initially find it, we're all really excited because it seems to be working just great. And then our neighbors start having problems. And then we're not certain why our neighbors are having problems because we weren't aware that anything would go wrong with this. And then we slowly start realizing that it's probably our fault and also probably the Legion's looking for us. And it's just, it's very mixed, but we're not hungry.
Junie, how about your faction?
Right. We're taking care of villagers and doing, trying to protect everyone. What? I mean, yay! Oh, the kingdom has it. You know what? You do you, my friend, because we got shit to pack up. I mean, maybe as he's carrying it back to his kingdom, he might have.
No, I'm sorry, Junie. How does your faction feel about your actions?
Oh, my actions. Okay.
Yeah, you.
Sorry, I'm confused. That's fine. It's all good. Hi.
Okay.
It's the health bot upgrade 1.5. I don't know where I'm at anymore.
It's okay. It be like that sometimes.
You're not wrong. So for Nora's actions, well, again, redheaded bandit. They all know that she's here for good, so she tries the best. I mean, she might have again an oopsie doodle once in a while, but humans be like that. What would you expect from us?
As for the wilds, I think that the wilds themselves would act to protect Thera and keep them hidden from anyone who would want to use Thera's ancient magic. So I think it is extra tricky in the wilds these days.
I believe it.
How does Thera react to being tracked by the Legion? Because, like, in my head, Thera is the wilds.
Thera is the wild. So Thera is very, like, unmoved, I want to say. Like, Thera's personality is, they are very gentle with living beings, but they are also impossibly old and very solitary and just like, I don't know how to do that.
Unconcerned, but confused.
Yes, like, what are these little things that are running through my forest?
Bees.
Nothing! I'm nothing! Just can't see me!
just to make sure that I have this, I am Kingdoms, you are Wild, Spectre, you're Wild, Junie, you are Rebellion.
Yes.
I don't give a damn about my reputation.
Cool.
Also, I don't think Thera's going to be super pleased with me and my.
No. If
Dark
you're starting to
crystal
kill
plan.
parts of the wilds, then Thera's going to be very upset about it.
In fairness, I was not trying to.
Thera is going to find you.
I know.
I mean, oopsie doodles happen all the time.
We are going to have a talk.
I didn't know.
You may be surrounded by some feral animals.
You may have stolen some of the kingdom's fertile land.
We will find out.
Hey, as long as you gave me some shit that I can use as weapons, we're good. Gucci.
Okay. Next game, since we seem to have covered that one pretty well.
Yeah.
We can venture forth, where we decide who we're traveling with and how we came to be traveling together. Or we can do crossing paths, where we talk about where we might have met each other before.
I think we're all from different factions,
Mhm.
and we're all sort of questing for different things. So I don't think venture forth really makes sense unless Thera and Duanala have a thing to do there. Otherwise, I think crossing paths might be our better option.
I think. Go ahead, Spectre.
All I was going to say was I think even Thera and Duatnala have a crossing paths moment that are at this point because
Yeah. I think it would make more sense for us to do crossing paths before venture forth, because crossing paths may give us an idea of how we might travel together at any point.
That's fair. We are sort of coming from disparate places.
Yeah. It
And
would
I-
help us build our relationship.
I sort of envisioned that the sword that I was looking for would be deep in the wilds anyway, because that's where magic artifacts are. They're deep in, well, it literally says in like winding woods or something. It gives some kind of descriptor like that. So that is where I figured I'd be going anyway.
Okay. Who would like to go first with crossing paths? Don't make me pick one of you.
I will go first.
Okay. So what you would like to do is decide who you are going to be meeting.
I am going to be meeting Noor.
Okay. So this is between Shepard and Noor. Decide together where you're meeting. Choose one by agreement. Here are your options. I guess from Shepard's point of view, we're in your or my kingdom or stronghold, meeting as host and guest. We're in another's kingdom or stronghold, meeting both as guests. We're on the road, in a town, or in the wilds, meeting by chance. We're meeting as rivals during a ceasefire. We're meeting through some ranged communication like a video screen or a magical mirror. I came to you in secret against my friend's warnings, or you came to me in secret against yours.
I figured that we would be meeting on the road or in the wilds, because I don't know where like your village is in relation to Bastion. But like Shepard set out on their own to find this sword. So it doesn't super make sense that we would have met like in the kingdom unless I was recruiting you to come help me find this. But also the kingdoms don't have much to do with the rebellions. We don't super trust you.
May I offer a suggestion?
Please.
My suggestion is perhaps you passed through the town and found out from Noor that there was a Legion attack. And even though you can't agree with the rebellion, you do hate the Legion.
I hate the Legion more than I distrust the rebellion.
Not my enemy as my friend.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm Gucci. Completely.
Okay.
Okay, so officially you met in the town that Noor is defending.
Okay.
You met by chance. Now ask your counterpart, when did we last see each other?
When did we last see each other?
I'd say about 4 or 5 villages back. Maybe, I don't remember. Things get a little hazy after the third village.
Yeah, was it the one that the Legion set on fire, or the one that they diverted a river to flood? I can't.
Actually, it was both because they set it on fire, realized they needed shit inside of it, and then they turned around and doused it, and then they washed all the continents down the river.
Oh, right. We called that one Double Trouble back in the Kingdoms.
Yeah, we just called it the dumbass moment.
That was a rough day.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Good thing I hid all the other crap, you know. Yeah, it was good times. Not really. I wanted a total refund of that day. It was complete and utter shit.
During the reunion, anyone may ask for details about the location and the circumstances.
Of our last meeting or of this meeting?
Both.
Okay.
Conducting the reunion. Oh, I'm sorry, Spectre, you
I
had a
just wanted
question?
to ask a question of these two. How did you two react to each other when you saw each other in this Double Trouble moment?
Oh, in Double Trouble? In the... Okay. I mean... There's not much, like, time to be fussy about who you're fighting alongside when it, like, the Legion wear very specific uniforms, right? Clock Nor's not wearing a Legion uniform. Cool. Gonna go hit them. Watch my back, maybe?
I mean, I kind of maybe threw him a sword with my mind and told him, check my back because assholes, and don't be a douche because totally bro mom in here because we're fighting against them.
I like Nor's personality.
Did you just throw me a sword with your mind?
And then call me your bro?
Yeah.
How far can you throw that?
Do you really want me to show you?
Yes, into their faces. Let's go.
Oh, I know, but you look like the beacon.
I'm off. I'm already running. I'm gone.
I'm right behind you, my dude.
Already there.
I'm following you, man. Yo, just behave better swing. And if you can get a couple hands off, that's great.
Let's continue with conducting the reunion. John, you go first. You ask your counterpart a question. They will answer it freely.
Okay.
Then they will choose a question to ask you. You answer it freely. And based on your answer, your counterpart will choose one of the closing offers. This is page 12 of the book. So, John, here are your questions.
Okay. Okay. In those days, we fought and quarreled, but I always trusted you, and I'm looking for a sign that I can trust you still. Do you remember our secret handshake?
Yeah. Up, down, left, right, A, B, pause, start.
Absolutely, yes. That was, of course, that was perfectly it. Right, yes, of course.
Nobody
and of course,
understood it, but this was fine.
Yeah, no, right, yeah, and what was that name that we called it? It was the
Nintendo Riot handshake.
Absolutely, yes. Perfect, 100%. Yes.
Have you used that handshake with anyone else?
Absolutely not. No one
good.
understands it.
Fantastic.
I taught it to my nephew.
How did he take it?
He just thought it was cool. He thought we were punching each other, like play fighting. He thought it was cool.
Hey, as long as he thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Wait, now we're gonna have a whole generation knowing our secret handshake, but then again, they're gonna think it's cool. So did we just create either a fad and meme or something that's gonna be time stamped as classically clutch,
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I think we just created a generation of kids who like to pretend to punch each other. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I'm down.
Why do I feel like a Mortal Kombat moment where we want to start fighting, but not us, but them?
Yeah. I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Junie, do you have a question from the list?
We haven't, it's been so long, and I'm sure you hardly remember me. Are you surprised by what you see?
No.
Okay, good.
It's Nor. I mean, listen. listen, if anything was going to kill you, it would have been double trouble, right? And if that didn't, I don't think anything can at this point.
You
So-
know, I try to keep the thing up that so there might be something big, bad, and horrible out there, but then I'm either too fast, too quick, I've read their mind, or I throw a whole shit ton of swords at them.
But not
Exactly.
too furious?
No. She's
Yeah.
too fast. I'm too furious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I can't do the Tokyo drift thing correctly
Yeah.
in the middle of the forest because I take out a whole shit ton of trees and the wild gets pissed at me. That's why I
It's true.
hopscotch on top of them all.
Nora and I have this cool move that we do. It's called the fastball special,
Yeah.
where Nora grabs me with their telekinetic powers and hurls me at an oncoming battalion of Legion,
And,
and I just cannonball right into them. It's great.
and he has like these daggers in between his fingers. They kind of look like, these claws, and they look amazing.
Yep. And I hit them with my super strength, and they all die.
We call him the Wolverine.
All right. So both of you have answered your questions freely, which means that Junie, you choose one of the closing offers.
Let's continue on to another game. What would you suggest?
So you choose. It's your choice.
Oh no. One of the options is, what do you suggest?
Ah.
Yes, you can pass the
Sorry.
buck to me.
Like a bandit, I'm out.
So is there a game that you would like to pursue with Junie?
Meeting blade to stave.
Okay. So we're going to put a pause on you
Yes.
two. So that way we each get around.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we'll pick up with you guys next. So let me just make a note. Blade to stave, Junie and John. Okay. So who would like to go next? Spectre, would you like to go?
Yeah, I think crossing paths for you and I actually makes sense given what's happening currently.
Okay. Awesome. So because you're the initiator, you get to ask me first. When did we last see each other?
So,
And
when did we last see each other?
so I'm imagining that we are. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. We have to choose where we're meeting first.
Okay.
Okay. We're in your or my kingdom or stronghold, meaning as host and guest. Another's kingdom, I don't think we would be. I think
like-
if.
Sorry, I was looking at it. I like that I came to you in secret.
Yes, I think that. So I think you came to me in secret.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're asking me when did we last see each other, we're in probably my den in the forest. Thera will look into the middle distance, actually trying to search their very long memory for when we last saw each other, and they'll say, "It was a full moon. You were spinning under its silver light. It was a dress of silver." And then they'll blink, and then that'll be it. Because Thera is just like faint images.
Doing all
Those are the things that matter, and that's it.
doing all was like, oh, so 3 years last Thursday.
Thera will tilt their head and say, "If you say."
Okay. I got.
So you go first, and you ask me a question.
Yeah, I am doing all is very nervous about this meeting because we're meeting in secret, but partially because doing all is a little afraid that when you find out what she's done, this is gonna be doing all's last breath. So it's just so I have something to ask you, but also please don't kill me. I think I've done a very stupid thing.
Thera will just blink at you because none of this means anything to them.
Because, so, you know how the Legion has a bunch of stuff. Some of it's very powerful. Some of it's other people's stuff. And I found out about this crystal that they had that was gonna help us grow crops. And, see, here's the thing. It grows crops, but other people's crops are not growing. And I'm a little afraid it's my fault, but I can't figure out how it's my fault.
So what question from the list do you think would convey this? Because while I'm fine to just roleplay with you, that isn't the game.
Let's see. Actually, it would be funny, though, if we had an already unsettled matter between us, and then this is just more of it.
Or what if this is the unsettled matter? What if I already know?
That's true.
I like both of those. Either like Thera already knows because Thera literally is the wilds.
Yeah, like I
and
would
would
already know about
Or
it.
you've gotten up to this shit before.
That's possible. But we parted on bad terms, and I'm nervous to see you. Do you smile?
Thera does not smile, but not because Thera doesn't have like positive feelings towards you. Thera feels very neutral towards you. It is their memory is long, but also because they're so impossibly old, time means nothing to them. So the things that you've done in the past don't necessarily mean anything unless it had such a huge impact that it destroyed half the forest. So if the thing that we parted on bad terms about was you destroying half the forest.
Definitely not. But you could have already found out about my dark gem power thing.
It's
and
possible.
That could be the bad term thing.
That could be it. So
even if I don't know it's bad terms, it's bad terms.
Thera is not pleased with you.
Oops.
Thera will remember this.
I did an oopsie.
Oopsie doodles all around.
Look, I am, I'm intelligent, but I'm not always smart.
So Thera's question for you is
You made wisdom your dump stat, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Thera remembers you fondly, but a lot has come between us since then and greets you coldly. Do you try to reach out to me or do you respond in kind?
Please like me, Mom.
Notice me, senpai.
Mommy, hold on. Much concern.
All I ever wanted was to make the wilds grow pretty.
You did bad.
I did bad. I did so bad.
You did a good thing in a bad way.
Right? I really should have just stuck to the spinning and the dancing because I'm good at that. But then I thought, I can do more. Turns out I cannot.
So the closing offer I'm going to suggest is let's continue with talking it over.
I think that's a good one for us.
I think so too.
You reached for the stars, but it was just light reflecting off a broken glass.
That or too many glitters when she was dancing, and the sequence fell all over the place.
Before we move on to other games, does anybody else want to have another crossing path? Nor do you want to have a crossing path with Spectre or myself?
I would love to have one with both of you.
I feel like it'd be fun to have one with Thera.
Yeah, I think I'll do it with, Shit, I'll do Spectre.
Okay. So, Nor and Spectre. Nor, you get to initiate the conversation. So, follow the steps. Go for it.
Okay, jeez. I think that she would accidentally find Duella's place.
Okay.
So, you would be visiting Duella's stronghold. Because it's a stronghold, not a kingdom, right?
Right, it's a stronghold.
I mean, she just, doing her usual hop, jumping over.
But you'd be visiting as a guest ultimately, even if you found it by accident.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Does that work for you, Spectre?
Absolutely. If you visited the stronghold, it would be kind of like we'd be friendly, but this is your area and this is our area, and you can have our food, but you can't come back here.
Yeah, no, she's just like, oh my god, it's a place. I'm so sorry. What the fuck?
So, Nora, ask your counterpart.
The questions.
Well, no, the very first
Oh.
question. When did you last see each other?
I think that was be like when she was a little child and she learned how to start skipping over trees, and she kind of plopped herself right here in the middle
Spectre?
of.
What does that look like for you when you last saw each other?
Let's see. I think I like the little girl thing, but I think there was a time where I didn't live in the wilds. I didn't, and I think I might have lived closer to where the rebellion is now, and we probably knew each other then. But you always were going to have a purpose there, and I was never going to have one. So I think it was like one of those little girls' friendship where we both did interesting things together, but in the end, it was always doomed to fall apart because we were never going to be on the same life path.
That's her.
All right, so you haven't seen each other since you were kids. So Junie, you go first. You ask your counterpart a question from the list.
Okay. Crossing paths. So since those days, I've been helplessly busy with my responsibilities, and I'm eager to see if Ridley Hayes does your face offer me friendship.
Yes.
Yay!
Suspicious friendship, but friendship.
I mean,
I know who you are, and like, I know what we were like as kids, and I hope that's the way it is now. You can definitely come in.
yes! I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I jump. Oh my god, there's a hole. Don't. Hi.
Spectre, do you have a question for your counterpart?
I used to worship you and dog your heels, and I'm concerned you'll still see me that way. Do you greet me as an equal now, or subtly dismiss me?
It's an equal. Pretty much. Well, yeah. I mean, you're taller.
I think I was a little younger than you too, so I just thought you were super, super cool, but like our powers were not similar at all, and so the things you were learning to do and the things I was good at were not the same, but I really wanted to be like you, damn it, and now I am cool on my own. I make dumb mistakes, but I am cool on my own, damn it.
But you own your coolness, and it looks fantastically fabulous on you.
So what closing offer do you have to make Spectre?
She would definitely want to talk comfortably for many hours.
It's up to Spectre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pardon?
You choose the closing offer.
Okay.
Yay. Sorry, I thought I was doing it. I'm confused, but this is fine. Ignore me.
It's your counterpart that chooses the closing offer.
Gotcha.
I think we should go with mincing words because
Okay.
I have a secret and I don't want somebody I want to think me cool to not think me cool, okay? I'm
Okay.
already doing notice me senpai to mom already, okay?
Bee's knees, man! Bee's knees!
All right. Okay, cool. And I guess I will choose to have a crossing path with you.
Yeah.
Because you already chose yours, so I will go and I will choose you. Okay. So, by agreement, I think you are visiting my stronghold. Like, it's difficult because my stronghold is the wild.
Yes, right. So I
So,
I actually think that it's like
meeting by chance.
yes, because I think that what happens is that Shepard just sort of is like stumbling through looking for like some other artifact quest, and then just like literally bumps into a forest goddess.
Okay. So, when did we last see each other?
Let's see. When did we last see each other? I think the last time we saw each other was... I actually think it wasn't super long ago. Well, not super long ago for Thera. It was probably about a year ago, the last time that Shepard ventured into the wilds looking for some artifact that didn't pan out to try and defeat the Legion. Because, like, each time Shepard goes in the wilds after the first time they met, I feel like Shepard now just looks for Thera and, like, brings little gifts, like a cool rock I found in another, like, woods that's not Thera's, and it's like, do you want this cool rock? I don't know how to deal with a beyond time forest goddess. So, like, I found you this cool rock.
I can tell you exactly how Thera reacts to moments like that. Thera will then take it in their hand and look at it and just, like, tilt their head a lot and then turn and put it on, like, a branch that they use as a shelf, and they probably have, like, a little collection of all the things that you've ever given them.
Yeah.
And just, like...
I brought you a seashell from one time.
But they don't say anything about it. They just take it and they look at it and they
Yeah.
just go, it goes there.
Yeah.
And then they look back at you like, you're still here. Why?
I'm looking for a sword.
Okay, so I go first and I ask you a question, and my question for you is boop 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 a doop a doop. When we parted, there was an unsettled matter between us. I'm prepared to let it go unless you bring it up again. Do you, even by accident?
Trying to think of what an unsettled matter between...
You're hunting for shit in the wilds. What do you think it is?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what...
I mean, it's probably you found something in the wilds that you weren't supposed to touch.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm probably not supposed to touch any of the stuff that I'm hunting for, but I needed to defeat the Legion. I mean, I feel like I do wind up bringing it up by accident because I'm on the same type of, like, I don't bring up the thing that, like, caused us to part on, you know, like, tense terms, but I am on, like, the same type of mission again. So, like, yeah, I do accidentally bring it up again. Just, you know, in a weird context because it's a different artifact quest.
Okay. What question do you have for Thera?
What question do I have for Thera? Since those days, I've been helplessly busy with my responsibilities, and I'm eager to see a friendly face. Does your face offer me friendship?
It's hard to say because I feel like Thera doesn't really understand the concept of friendship.
That's fair.
I think Thera does not have aggression towards you.
Yeah.
I feel like they offer you neutrality.
The real question is, and this is like the way to phrase it within the context of the relationship that we have established between Thera and Shepard, is, does Thera take the trinket that I have brought?
Oh, Thera still takes it and just puts it to the side and stares at you.
That is good enough. This time, it is... Are you guys ready for this? It is a fossil that I found on top of a mountain.
Thera has nothing to say about it. They
It's
just
a little...
put it on a shelf.
They
put it in the hollow of a tree.
It's a fish in a rock. I found it on top of a mountain. What was the fish doing there?
Thera has absolutely nothing to say about it.
That's, as long as you take the fossil, Shepard is like, all right, yeah, we're good. We're good. Forest Goddess doesn't kill me. I have not been smoked.
Confused by your entire existence. It's just like, why is this creature just giving me things?
I have neither been, because you bring an offering to the Forest God. I have neither been smote nor smitten. We're good.
Okay. So, you have to pick a closing offer.
I mean, just based on Thera, I don't feel like I guess we talk politely, but soon our affairs call us apart again because it doesn't feel like Thera like has much of an interest in like a friendly conversation, and I'm not gonna be like unfriendly to the like the thing that could kill me, nor am I gonna fight it. So I feel like we talk politely, but soon our affairs call us apart again.
Okay. All right. So that concludes Crossing Paths. Since we have 3 games picked out, why don't we just move straight on to them and start doing them?
That works for me.
All right. Next up is Blade to Stave between Junie and John. Okay. Now, when you chose this, did you realize that you were going to be fighting each other in the duel?
I feel like it would be like a friendly sparring match.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're battle bros.
All right. So only you and your chosen partner play. Your chosen partner is Junie. Decide together how the 2 of you came to be standing alone on the edge of violence. And you have decided it's a spar.
Yes. It's a friendly sparring match. I got it because I have to make sure that Nor hasn't lost their edge.
Okay. So here's the question. What do you notice about each other?
What do I notice about Nor as we get ready for this friendly sparring match?
So I
Totally
think
friendly.
Nor, you tell Shepard what they notice about you and vice versa.
Yes.
So instead of wearing this kind of like split skirt, she just has on these leggings and she has leather armor on top. And, you know, she's kind of bouncing up and down, trying to get ready because she knows you're kind of more of a physical person and she's not. So she's just trying to make sure that she's kind of trying to dodge you or, you know, kind of psych you out. And she might be slightly reading your mind.
That's fair. Shepard is not wearing their armor. Has taken it off, so is just in like casual slacks and a just like a shirt that like you'd have like you can't be naked under armor. That's weird.
Second time he has said that today. I have a question. Where is this duel taking place?
I feel like it's just like in a clearing in the woods. I guess we are in the village.
You're still in the village.
We're still in the village. I guess it's just like in the center of the village. Villages always have like a town square where you have like Beltane festivals and like we build a wicker man and set it on fire and like dance naked under the full moon.
Are people watching?
I feel like yes, like it wasn't intended to be like a thing that would have an audience, but like you've got two like pretty powerful battle wizards about to like duke it out.
It's a total Neo and Morpheus moment.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was there anything else Nora noticed about Shepard? Before I move on.
No.
Okay, so between you, who is the more experienced combatant?
I feel like I would be the more experienced combatant, if only because like I am like playing a more knight-based character, and like my whole thing is fighting the Legion and going out and hunting down magical artifacts to fight the Legion.
That's just fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the more experienced combatant, you start the duel.
Okay.
This means you ask a leading question. You take turns asking leading questions. So it'll go John, then Junie, then John, then Junie. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the fight. If a question fits the general action you want to take, but doesn't fit the context, go ahead and reframe it to fit the story. And then you ask questions back and forth until an answer ends the duel. Some of the leading questions might end the duel, and some of the closing questions might allow the duel to continue depending on the answer.
Okay.
Okay, so John, you go first.
Okay. We circle, powers crackling, arms at the ready. What do you say to me?
You ready for our pounding?
I'm so ready.
I'm sorry, who are you talking to?
You.
Come on, bro.
Junie, what's your question? I feel like Junie won. No, I'm sorry. Junie, go ahead.
I pretend to falter and fumble and attack. Do I draw you out, or do you recognize my plain hold steady?
Shepard is always very eager to go on the offensive and to attack the Legion. So yes, I am going to take that opportunity when you falter to use my elastic powers and stretch out an arm and just swing a big old open palm right at your side.
Okay. What is your question?
I launch a sustained attack with my power behind it because I literally just said that that's what I did. Do you give ground readily or grudgingly?
Oh, readily, because I want to totally and completely psych you out.
That's fair. I also do have super strength, so that is a smart move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ginny, your move.
Let's see. You lash at me with all the power you've got, blast me until I'm tattered. Do you let me lay up, lay in, or knock me on my back?
I let up, because this is a friendly sparring match, and I don't want to hurt Noir, I just want to win.
Mental note. Let me make a note of that.
Your blow passes perilously close to my face. Do you cut me, and where?
I do not. However, as it goes past your face, it'll pause for a moment, boop you in the nose, and then continue passing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely scowl at that.
All right.
Oh, good. Let's see. I strike at you, not with violence, but the words of "Come on, Carrot Top, give me all you fucking got." Do I do give you pause, or do I provoke you?
You provoke me, and I punch you right in the face as hard as I can with my big old super strength fist. Also, not a Carrot Top. My hair is dark. Thank you. You're the Carrot Top.
I'm aware of this. I want to piss you off. See how bad you hurt me. Ow, my nose.
Let's scroll down to the closing questions, because I feel like we're also eventually just going to run through all of the questions.
You're not wrong.
Well, do you feel like that ended the duel?
I feel like yes. I feel like once we get to the point where someone is actually just socked someone in the face, we're gonna yeah. That is the appropriate question, the one that you had highlighted, but I'm going to reframe it a little bit because it's I hurt you very badly and realized that you needed medical attention, and I don't think that I hit you that hard because I attribute Nor to be a bit tougher than that. But I sock you in the face and you get a bloody nose, and so we call it there. And I
just booped you.
And I take out a handkerchief, and I'm like, all right, that's on me. Just put this. Do you accept my help, or do you?
She will.
Okay.
All right.
Don't tilt your head back, because that's going to make the blood pool in your sinuses, and it's actually going to cause more damage. Lean your head forward and let it drain out. This is a real science thing.
Oh no, I know that, but Nora's like, oh, that sounds sick.
No, listen, it's gross, but it's better than bleeding into your own sinuses.
But the brain juice is going out my nose. Why?
Yeah. Well, because I hit you really hard.
But you didn't have to. I just booped you on your nose.
I'm very strong. You said mean things to me, Nor.
Oh, Carrot Top! Just because you got black hair,
I'm a delicate flower.
Clearly, you're not.
I think Sarah is the only delicate flower we have, and she's not very delicate.
I'm not delicate.
I don't think we have any delicate flowers.
Okay. So that concludes your duel.
Don't call him a carrot top, a boot up in the nose. It confuses him.
All right. Next, we're moving on to talking it over between Spectre and myself. I think, Spectre, you lead this game. You ask your chosen partner how you two came to be speaking together, and then ask each other, what do I notice about you? Other players can join freely if it makes sense for their characters to also be present. I don't think it does. This is a separate instance.
I don't even know you. Well, I know of you, but I don't know you.
Yeah. During the conversation, anyone may ask for details about the setting, occasion, and circumstances. To conduct the conversation, the character with the firmest position begins and have another player choose the firmest position begins or have another character choose who takes the first turn on a whim. On your turn, you choose one or more of your conversational partners and choose an action. Ask a topical question, engage in improvised conversation, pass, instead commenting on something around you, or leave the conversation. To end the conversation, either when everyone has passed in a row, when it feels like a good place to cut away, or when everyone has left the conversation but one. So, Spectre, how did we come to be speaking together? I think you came to me because you wanted to talk about your new discovery and the ill effects it has been having on the wilds.
Yes, I did a dumb. And
okay.
And I'm pretty certain you know I did a dumb. And I'm kind of trying to, not appease you, but, make you think I'm not a total idiot because I came to you to talk about it.
So the next question is, what do I notice about you? I think what Duanella notices about Thera is that they seem very disconnected from the moment because you can never tell what is going on in Thera's mind. Their eyes are completely black. You can't really read them. Their face is very impassive. And it's because they have this 1,000-year-long memory or more. And they're probably pulling from previous memories to compare to this moment now and try to figure out the next move. So I think to Duanella, Thera seems very disinterested.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Duanella to Thera, if Thera notices, is very kid dragged in front of the school teacher. Nervousness. It's not... And Duanella has dragged herself in front of the school teacher. It's a thing that she has done to herself. But also, there's something as old as Thera would probably recognize the signs of somebody who's been either chasing or forced to be perfect in a lot of their life. And when they realize they're not perfect and they've done it imperfectly, they immediately have to freak out and tell on themselves and fix it.
Okay. I don't really know if one of us is more firm than the other. So, Junie, pick one of us to go first. Just pick one.
I am.
Duanella, you get to go first. So you choose an action, you ask a topical question, you engage in improvised conversation, pass, or leave.
Okay, I think I'm going to choose a topical question.
Mm-hmm.
And I... Can I convince you that my motives for bringing this insane dark jewel into the wilds were not necessarily pure, but well-intentioned, and that I really do want to fix the problem that I've caused? Can I convince you of that?
I think you can. I think you can convince Thera because Thera's knowledge of you is that you care for your people and you care for the wilds. And I think Thera knows everything that goes on in the wilds at all times. So Thera definitely knows what has happened, that you're playing with some kind of dark magic that is hurting the wilds. And I think if you were hurting it on such a scale that was going to damage it in the long term, Thera would have brought you to heal before now.
Okay.
So I think you coming to Thera of your own accord to discuss it is definitely a point in your favor, and it makes it possible for Thera to help you.
Okay. That makes sense to me. No, seriously, it does. Though I'm not certain that Duanella would be at all certain of that as a person. She'd be
Right.
like,
So I'm also going to ask a topical question. And it's going to be... I hope to get you to commit to destroying the gem. Can I?
I think in some ways it's a difficult ask because Duanella was hoping there would be some way to morph its power into something useful. But from a semi-meta standpoint, Shepard is looking for his great sword of power thing, or has found it. And I really think it would be an interesting thing to say the crystal could be destroyed by that.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I think that is a possibility.
I think you can get her to commit to it, but it does take some, but I wanted to do nice things. Are we sure it doesn't do nice things?
So I think that's a good opportunity for improvised conversation.
Okay. So I think if I've definitely garnered the attention of Thera, it's done more than just, the next neighbor's farm is having trouble. It's like a whole patch of somewhere has been like, nope, we're dead now. And Duanella wouldn't have noticed that initially, because as long as her little enclave was doing well and her people were happy, she wouldn't have noticed right away. But then when people started complaining to her, she would have started investigating, but thinking it was probably the Legion at first, because they destroy a lot of stuff. Why wouldn't that be happening, right? But with no evidence of Legion activity, it all starts to lead back to the gem. And she says to Thera, so I know you're not really interested in what we do from day to day, but the problem is my powers, and she spreads out her fingers and she makes kind of this cat's cradle motion with them, and you can see little bits of thread going between them. Not the most helpful for making sure people stay fed, making sure people stay healthy and stuff. And I really wanted to do this for them. I wanted to make this enclave that we could be safe in, and we could be protected, and that I could hide from the Legion. And I thought that this was going to work. I thought it was. And I snuck into the Legion's camp and I stole this crystal. And I know. I should have done that either, but it was supposed to make everything grow, and it did make everything grow, except for the fact. Well, do you know Terry? I know Terry. Terry's so freaking nice. Well, admittedly, he belongs to a bandit camp, but they have protected us before. And I kind of killed all of his crops, and they have this little treehouse situation going on, and I may have killed all the trees. And I wanted it to work. Why doesn't it work?
So if you have talked yourself out,
Sorry.
I'm also going to engage in improvised conversation. And are you still holding the cat's cradle out?
Yeah. It's a nervous tick.
Thera is going to move their hands towards your cat's cradle and do the next step of whatever iteration you're on to pluck it away from you, and to look at it head tilting and say, Thera will say to you, you are a child of the wilds. You are mine to protect. If you were hungry, all you need do was ask the wilds. I will always provide. You are hurting your people, and you are hurting me. That gem, it does not provide.
She looks a little uncertain at that because I think there's a need to be able to do it on her own. That isn't it isn't based in anything real. It's just she doesn't want to be a burden on you, which is dumb, but it's like, yeah, I kind of came to that conclusion, but now what do I do with it?
Sarah holds the cat's cradle out to you.
Takes it.
If Duanella does not shrink away, Thera will kiss Duanella on the forehead.
Okay.
And say, we will work together and we will fix the wilds together because we are family.
There takes a deep breath in the concept that she can help fix the problem that she made, even if she's not really helpful in it. The concept of it is relaxing more than the actual physicality of being able to do that. It's okay, you're really awesome. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Pharaoh will cup your cheek and say, it's okay.
Okay.
The wilds will always remember.
And I think that's pretty much everything we need to say to each other, unless we want to go over actually destroying the thing. If we think that...
No, I think we've talked it out. I think, we have achieved the game.
I think so, too.
It feels like a good place to cut away. So I think we can move over to you and Junie and mincing words.
Cool.
What number is that on so I can find it?
Give me 2 seconds and I'll get it for you. I just do control find.
18.
I have it on 14.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
PDF page, not actual page.
No, you're good.
Okay, so mincing words. The setup is only you and your chosen partner play, so it's just the two of you. You decide together how you came to be sharing a tense conversation.
Well, you have definitely stated that you came to visit me, and we were childhood, at least semi-friends. Even if you were not as friendly with me, I thought I was friends with you for certain. And I think I've probably just come off of this conversation with Thera, and I'm super fucking guilty. However, admittedly, my house looks great. Beautiful tapestry, healthy people.
Bitch, I got it going on.
Right. There's nothing for you to see about what's wrong with me.
There's many facial kind of recognition, Junie, I just did a big dumb and I just had to talk it out with somebody and I'm
definitely trying to impress you with how much I've got it together because I want you to treat me as an equal, but also in the back of my brain is very much, but I've done this dumb thing and she's going to find out about it and then she's going to know that nothing's changed.
I mean, telepathy.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Spectre has decided very much what they're holding in secret.
Mm-hmm.
Nor is there any feelings or ideas that you're holding in secret?
No, actually.
No?
She doesn't have any secrets. It's more the fact that she's constantly on the move, so she doesn't really think about it. And maybe there was something in her past, she just kind of forgot. So she might have at some point maybe drank the dumb bitch juice and did something stupid. And maybe it still upsets Duella. And she's just oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's just this. Let's come together and hash all the things out. Oh my God, you remember that? Oh my God, I felt so guilty about it. But then I got called over here. But I'm so sorry. Here, I made you something 14 years ago. Here. Just say I'm sorry.
So, Nor... what does Duanella notice about you?
Her hair's longer, more redder. She has glasses now, but they kind of wrap around her head, kind of because she is always on the move, so she can't lose them. She's forgetful. but more so, she's still thoughtful and idealistic, but she's far more unpredictable than what she knew her as.
Okay.
Because she's so used to improvising.
I just a question to add to this. Do you have like that kind of weariness of the being in the rebellion, like not like weary of the rebellion, but just weary from participating in the rebellion?
Weary of fighting constantly. Okay. She just wants a place to settle down, put down her weapons and all this stuff and live in peace.
You can do that here, sort of.
Dionella, what does Nor notice about you?
Well, aside from my very guilty, like, just trying so hard not to be like, I fucked up so bad. Dionella is definitively doing a bit of the peacocking here in like, look at these things, and you know, it's so good to see you, and so these are my friends. And
let me give you more distraction.
Exactly. And I sewed this. Hey, I think I have a dress in your size. It's gonna look incredible. Like, very much that.
Okay, I think we are ready to conduct the conversation. So the character with the most to hide begins. I think that's going to be Dionella.
Mm-hmm.
To open the conversation, you speak in character, then ask a leading question from the list. You used improvised conversation to fill the gaps between the leading questions. Most of the questions have blanks for you to fill in with your character's words. Take turns asking the leading questions back and forth. At any time, either of you can choose to ask the closing question instead. While you play, think about your abilities that might color the actions you take during the conversation. You keep asking the questions back and forth until an answer ends the conversation. Note that some of the leading questions might end the conversation, and some of the closing questions might allow it to continue. It depends on how you answer.
Okay.
So, Spectre, with the one most to hide, you begin.
So I think once we've, established that you are not working for the Legion and that, you really are still my friend in all the ways that I remember, right? I decided to take you on a tour of this little cave thing that we have. Although admittedly it's very like homey because there's a lot of fabric in here and it separates into like little rooms and stuff like that. There's, probably 6 of us or so in here continuously. I don't show you their rooms, obviously, because that's like an invasion of privacy, but it's like, hello, this is just Jim Bob's room, and Jim Bob, say hi, Jim Bob. And
Jim Bob.
Exactly. But there is definitely an area that I was like, that you could see has like something behind it. And I'm like, I ghost past it and then start showing you something else, but it's like very clearly an area, right? And I've shown you everything else. And I say, let's see. I'm looking at the questions. I'd say, so how is everything back home? I mean, it's not been home for a while, and sorry, I had one picked up out here, and I've lost it. Said, oh yeah, I'm absolutely making an absolute fool of myself, and so I'm like, so, do you remember? Oh God. And then there was the time that we were hanging out, and then I like tried to save this frog, and then you, I took it out of the water. Only like we didn't have anywhere else to put it, and I brought it home with me. And then, oh shit!
How is Jeremiah?
Look, I wasn't very good with Jeremiah to begin with, but I kept him. And then Jim Bob told me I shouldn't look after him anymore.
Thought you were going to do something with him. He's looked like such a cool friend with you. He hopped on all of your different strings and such.
Look, he still lives here, okay? I'm just... God, I'm really bad at everything.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
3?
Okay, anyway, so, yeah. How are you? Jeremiah's fine. Just fine. Everything is fine here.
I'm going to interrupt you. It seemed like you were trying to do I make an absolute fool of myself saying,
Yeah.
and the question was, do you, oh, I lost it.
Do I help her
You-
recover a low
yes.
blood run? Yeah, she helps her recover by asking about Jeremiah, and such. Actually, and I'm looking to try and find something to say back. Blah 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 blah. Right. So she's going to ask you bluntly because she's noticed a lot of people kind of at times get upset or kind of rage at her, and she doesn't remember why. Because absent-mindedness at times. Because literally, I mean, hopping from village to village. She will ask you bluntly. No, yeah. She asked you bluntly to explain yourself to me, saying, "Hey, I mean, I was a complete asshole when I was a kid, and I apologize. Are you so pissed at me for something? Because I'm so sorry. I fucking forget." And so, are you going to spin a careful lie or respond directly?
I think she'll respond directly because she's definitely never been pissed at Noor. Definitely maybe hurt by Noor sometimes when Noor like didn't see her trying, but not was never pissed. It was more hero worship. So she was like, "Why would I be pissed at you? If anything, you should be pissed at me." Like oh shit. No. We're fine. Everything is fine.
I feel like that's the first question on the list right up there.
Yeah, something you say touches upon the feelings that I'm hiding. Do you notice my surprise or do you breeze past it?
Oh no, she notices her surprise, like, huh? Like, as in, like, this is the first time Dwell's actually brought up something like, I did it bad. And Nora's going, what do you mean you did it bad? I was always the one covering up you doing it bad. What?
Which seems like I ask you bluntly to explain yourself to me. Again.
Yes. There you go.
But this time, what did you do?
What did you do?
What did you do?
I think this is I argue my point with intense conviction.
Well, do you respond directly? First, answer that, and then
yes,
you can
I
do.
respond directly, but then
Okay.
I argue my point with conviction and no room for rebuttal because now we're just going to have the word flood come out. So I hear you're always fighting for the rebellion, and you know you're against the Legion, and like the Legion sucks, but like the Wilds are a bit of a different thing. And anyway, so I thought, well, it really wouldn't matter if I went and took some stuff from the Legion because, like, well, they're assholes, and like they had this really cool thing that I wanted, and I was trying to help my. And so, anyways, we grow really amazing crops now. You should have some of our pumpkins. Our pumpkins are freaking amazing. Although, admittedly, we have too many of them at this point, so a little too much on the pumpkin soup thing and the pumpkin pie. But anyways, so now I have this gem, and it grows amazing crops. And it's going to go on if you don't stop her.
Oh, dope. She's going to let you stifle on. Oh, no. And she'll just, like, a impromptu question will be, is that why there's so much fucking pumpkin latte bullshit going on? I thought Smack Bucks could be a little bit more original.
Okay, so then I think
she's going to say now, she's going to, I reveal my true feelings to you. Like, I always thought you were really cool and a really good friend. I may not have showed it much, but you're really, you know, with the way that you do the webs and we could do really awesome traps and shit, that was amazing. Do you meet him with compassion or confusion?
Confusion, but it does stop the ramble.
Yay!
Oh, and I think at this point,
I think it's time for a closing
exactly.
question.
She'll be like, how can I help you feel not so, oopsie doodle and more happy doodle?
And I think this is, you try to guess what I'm hiding and I come clean about it. Do you forgive me or do you hold it against me? So she tells you what she did, and then she had to go see essentially the forest goddess. And she needs to destroy this gem, and also she's really sorry to Terry. She didn't mean to.
I forgive you, and I might know a dude who I have you battle bros with that has a thing that could possibly do this.
Cool.
'Cause battle bros.
Bros.
All right, so that is the end of mincing words. I feel like that worked out really well.
Yep.
Okay, maybe have time for 2 games.
Yeah, it is about 9:40.
Yeah, it is about time.
So we should be pushing our way towards a conclusion, which we are doing successfully by tying our story threads together.
Correct.
Thank you, Junie Von Esch.
You're welcome. I live to do this.
I feel like all-out battle doesn't work. I'm not sure how much Stand United has to do with fighting, but it does feel like we are coming together to unite towards a common goal, which is smashing this gem.
Yeah. So if you have reached a point in your story when all players are allied against a common foe, then it's time to play this game. Together, you will take the fight to the enemy or stand in defense against them. Everyone plays. So in this case, the enemy is the gem.
Yes.
/ possibly the Legion that the gem was stolen from.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
It is possible that they will turn up to try and take it back, and that we will fight them off and then fix the gem another time.
See, my problem with Stand United, though, is that it is a fight.
Yes.
It is like a fight.
Yes. I feel like the conclusions for the Honor are mostly geared towards having war fights, because the it is a a world at war, literally. It's literally a world war.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to posit. I'm going to posit that Nor got in touch with Shepard about Duanella's problem, and they all agreed to meet in the wilds where Thera would find them. I'm going to propose that in their search for the sword that would destroy the gem, they are intercepted by the Legion, and we are all standing united against the Legion, who is trying to claim both the sword and the gem. Does that make sense to everyone?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that way, Stand United now makes sense because we're now facing off against the Legion, which is our common enemy, because Thera hates anything that tries to harm the wilds. Duanella is trying to protect her people. Nor is part of the rebellion, and Shepard is part of the kingdoms who fights against the Legion as well. So I feel like that is the best way for us to conclude our story.
Absolutely.
Great. So let's ask each other, what do I notice about you? John, why don't you begin?
Okay. You notice that Shepard is disheveled, probably more so than you usually see them. Shepard always looks kind of not like they care much about their physical appearance, because it's mostly for fighting. But now there's leaves in their hair, because they've been traipsing through these woods for a while, very unsuccessfully, trying to find a sword. Who hides a sword in the goddamn woods? There's no map of this place. Thera keeps changing everything around.
Thera does what Thera wants.
Thera does what Thera wants. I can't find this goddamn sword. And I think it's while that I think it is while they are muttering, wandering around, absolutely lost, that you said Thera finds who finds Shepard and brings them to this meeting?
I think Nor finds Shepard.
And I think that it is while Shepard is in this state that Nor finds them and brings them over to help break this crystal. Yeah. So that is also what Duanella notices. Just Now, Shepard is even more frustrated because they cannot find this goddamn sword.
Grumpy, leafy man. Got it.
Grumpy, leafy, slate gray, very like if you took a like mid-90s punk and put them in plate mail, that is what you have.
Spectre, what do we notice about Duanella?
Duanella is anxious, but I think that's a given.
Just perpetually anxious.
Exactly. However, Duanella has a woven box with her that is very intricately done. Not so much because she did it for the crystal, just because she has random things that she makes when she gets anxious, because intricate patterns help calm the anxiety. She is holding onto it like it might explode. Her battle garments are very well tailored. They are very thick fabric, but they are all cloth. She's just afraid that something's going to go wrong, and if she's not hyper prepared for it, that it will be her fault.
Okay. Nor, what do we notice about you?
Her cloak is pure mixtures of green, kind of like to match with the tops of the trees. And then her leathers are underneath it. So when she finds this wayward knight kind of lost his, complete fuck, she'll actually put her head down into the trees, close to the ground. And so all he'll see is this hooded head. And she'll go, wow, took you long enough. How are you? What's up, better bro?
I'm having a bad day.
Well, can we make your day better?
Do you know where to find a Legion killing sword?
Maybe?
That's
you ask
unhelpful.
I mean, yes, no, it depends on what you're considering a Legion killing sword.
A sword that kills the Legion.
That's a sword.
It's not a metaphor.
Oh.
It's an actual literal. This is what's.
You mean that one over there?
It's not supposed to be a conversation. This is just supposed to be what do we notice about Nor.
Okay.
That's fair.
Sorry. In the interest of time, I'm trying to move you along.
Okay.
That's fair.
What you notice about Thera is you don't notice Thera at first until they actually move out of the darkness of the woods and want to be seen by you, because Thera blends in seamlessly with the world around them. Thera has these huge antlers. They blend in with the earth, with nature, and there is always plant life growing around them, and there are always animals nearby. So that is what you notice about Thera. Okay, so we go around the table. Let's do a set 3 times, unless at the end of a round, one of us decides, no, it's time to end the battle. We have to discuss it and agree upon it, but if one of you feels, no, it's time to end the battle, say so and we'll talk about it, and if we all agree, then we'll end it. But other than that, let's do no more than 3 rounds.
Okay.
Cool?
That works for me.
Yep.
Great. So let's do John, Spectre, Junie, me.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So the way that we do this is, on your turn, choose another player's character and give them a challenge from the list of challenges. If a challenge fits the general action you want to take but doesn't fit the context, reframe it. Don't worry. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the fight. We go around at least 3 times, at most 3 times, and at any point, like I said, anyone may announce that it's time to choose the ending, and we'll discuss and decide that together. Okay, so John, you get to go first. You pick someone that you would like to issue a challenge to.
Okay.
And to remind the group, we have started our quest for this sword, and maybe we found it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Thera would just be like, point there. And we are met with the Legion.
Yeah.
So this fight is against the Legion specifically.
It is also possible that the sword just doesn't exist, because this
Also
is not the first fruitless artifact quest that
Or it does, and
Yeah.
Thera has just been hiding it from you.
it is
because
entirely
it's not yours.
possible. That's also possible, and it's entirely up to Thera, I guess, if they want to give it to me now.
Yes.
But I'm gonna work with my battle bro first, because they are the person that I know how to work with the best. A sniper taking aim high above could be right in my reach if I had a little boost. Can you give me a little push?
Done and done. Like, so done, it's not even done. It's like finished. You're already on top of shit. It's just mental boost, cannonball throw, speedball special.
We literally discussed that this is a thing we do earlier, and it felt very, very appropriate, right? So Nor grabs Shepard with their psychic powers and hurls them up into the air. Overshoots the mark a little bit too much oomph. Luckily, I have stretchy powers. Grab the siege tower, catapult myself down into it, and just punch a dude.
You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard.
Duanala, issue a challenge.
Okay. I see. Shepard do this incredible punch with Battle Bro Nor, and I feel a little left out. So I'm going to I pull off an incredibly impressive maneuver, weaving destruction with a dancer's grace, and end it all with a perfect backflip through a wall of flames. Can you top that? How? And I'm issuing this to Shepard, since Shepard's the one who did the punch. But
all right, can you top it?
Well, tell me specifically what you do. Describe what you do, and then I will.
Duanella begins to pull fibers from her fingers again, and she's weaving something incredibly complex and very large. And then with a perfect dancer's poise, she whips it out, and it is a giant net. It is a very, very large net. And she catches a group of Legion soldiers in the net and sweeps it into a wall, and then does a graceful curtsy and backflips over the flames.
All right, this feels a little more doable to me, because the last time someone hit me with this challenge, I had to try and top an old forest god. And me, just a lowly fire mage.
This was supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be like bonding.
We're competitive. This is how we bond. By me telling my wife I'm going to win romance weekend, and then by her sending me out on a 5-hour-long scavenger hunt that involves all of our friends. But anyway, seeing this, Shepard goes,
romance weekend.
Yeah. I didn't win. I lost. I got owned. I got to go back a few years. I got pwned.
Anyway,
so,
how do you top Spectre?
So this is how Shepard attempts to top that. I'm up in a big old siege tower right now with stretchy powers and super strength. So I'm going to jump down from the siege tower using my elastic powers to cushion my fall, and then just swing both arms up, grab the siege tower, and then just rip it down on top of a battalion of Legion soldiers. I'm just going to rip a whole siege tower down.
That's impressive.
Get good, scrub.
All right.
I mean, what you did was pretty damn cool, too, though.
Yep.
Nor, issue a challenge.
I'm going to issue this challenge, actually, to Thera. There is a watchtower to the east, and I move to take it out. However, I'm spotted and showered with suppressing fire. Can you shield me from harm, and how?
Yes. So what Thera does is, with the wave of their hand, plant life just surges into a wall to protect you. Like, it comes up in a wave and goes down in a wave as soon as it's hit. So you are completely protected, and you can do what it is that you need to do.
Be like, catching a wave, man! Surf on some flora. There we are.
Okay, my turn. This makes sense to me. I let my passions get the best of me and begin violently leveling walls and barricades with little regard to collateral damage. Do you calm my fury, and how? And I'm going to issue that to Duanala. Thera is violently upset that the Legion are in the wilds, that they dare to come into their home and rip things apart. and Thera is just completely overwhelmed with fury.
Okay. While I'd have no incentive to stop Thera from just ripping through the Legion, I do have a bit of an incentive to stop Thera from just ripping everything up in her fury. So, as long like when it's getting started, I think Duanel is like, yeah, Thera! And then is like, oh no, I have made yet another mistake. So
My hubris.
Exactly. So I think Duanel is going to frantically look around the battlefield, and she's going to look for a plant that hasn't been leveled by the damage yet. Like something pretty, if she can find it, but just something alive is very, very important here. And she's going to run and try and like scoop it up and be like, I know it sounds really dumb, but she's going to be like, but they love you. Please stop. Don't hurt them. Don't be like me. Please do not be like me.
Okay, John, you're up. What is the next challenge?
Let me see. I am gravely wounded by a chain of explosions. Can you make it across the battle to patch my wounds and get me on my feet? How can you do this, Duanala?
Ooh. She's lost in thought.
What am I trying to do here?
I have been gravely injured by a series of explosions, and you need to race across the battlefield and patch me up.
I think Duanel is just like, no, we cannot have any, please, people stay intact. You stop raging. Yeah, okay, you seem okay, Nor. And she spreads her fingers back out, and she gets this rolling carpet, not flying, but it's just like it's weaving itself over the battlefield to get to you, so she doesn't have to go through Legion soldiers. She's just kind of like sewing over them to get
like
to you.
Frozone's ice, but with fabric. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, a very topical The Incredibles reference that
Right.
everyone will get.
And I think she doesn't have a whole lot of medical training, but she is able to sew people up pretty quickly because that is a skill of hers.
This is what I was banking on. You can either literally make magical bandages or just sew my guts back in, please.
So I think she will definitely be a little awkward with the guts, but she will be like, okay, I think I can get them all back in where they're supposed to and like sew them in there. So it's a bit of like a hasty surgery, but you're up on your feet when she's done. You probably still need to see an actual medic, but she has
Give me
the general
a day,
idea.
I'll be fine.
Duanella, what challenge do you issue?
I think I want to issue one to Noor. So I think it's time for you to enact that ridiculous plan you've been plotting for weeks. What is it? How do I help you? Do I withstand its danger?
Good question.
Love you.
So, this ridiculous plan is more the fact of Shepard gets a sword. She'll tell Duella, get the gem, and then as your powers collide, she will then speedball special Shepard to Duana and tell her to throw the gem into the air, and as Shepard comes, he's just gonna swing it out of the park and slash right through it and make it explode. But everyone survives because then Nor will push everyone out of the way.
I feel like that's actually a really good point to end the fight.
Okay.
Like we're trying to we're trying to turn the dark gem and my sword into a magic bomb, basically.
Which you will survive because, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a forest god, and I gave her a fish earlier, so like obviously they're gonna protect me.
I mean, why not?
I gave offerings to the Fey Queen. They're going to protect me.
But I mean, very true. And telekinetics.
Also, I can't die. I'm just
immortal.
So I think
Why do I feel so, not
it's time
immortal?
to choose an ending. Do you all agree? Because Junie's plan is our goal.
Yes.
And once we have achieved our goal, there's no point for the Legion to be continuing to fight us necessarily.
Yeah, that's just a big middle finger to them. Like,
Yeah.
haha, suckers.
So I think the ending should be we win the fight and come away reveling in the challenges we overcame.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also I a little bit want to go with the one right before it, but also like one of our team members is the forest itself. So I feel like that one cuts it a little too close to call for like what we would deal with. And even if like the rest of us are battered and bruised, there is fine.
This is fair.
So we win the fight and come away reveling in the challenges we overcame. What lesson does each of us carry with us into the future? Sean.
Magic swords are real, and I can use them to beat the Legion.
That doesn't sound like a good lesson, but okay.
But it's what I learned.
Duanala, what lesson did you learn?
That my friends support me even through my fuck ups.
It's a good lesson. Nor, did you learn a lesson?
Friendship is magic. On top of that, I just had a forest guy save my ass. So, oh yeah, let's get down. Get jiggy with it.
And I think Thera learned that they can't be removed from the happenings of the world around them. That society has progressed too far for Thera to be content with just living in the forest and being completely unbothered. There are people like living in the wilds now, and Thera has to care about them because they're part of them. Like, it's part of Thera's existence to care for these people. So Thera can't just fade away into the wilds and not care.
Hey, Shepard, we gotta teach these two now our secret handshake for battle buddies.
Absolutely.
Battle bros!
Yes.
And with that, we have finished For the Honor for the night.
Absolutely.
We did it.
That was amazing. Thank you, MJ, for leading us in our beautiful discussions and our
Very
battle throws and our secret
ridiculous.
handshakes.
I thought it was a good game. I hope you all had fun.
I did have fun.
I did.
For the Honor is always a little bit ridiculous because, well,
They're all a little
it's a
ridiculous.
long form improv exercise, and
It is.
improv exercises are always ridiculous.
They're the best.
Yeah, it's either going to end up some MC Escher-esque absurdism, or everyone winds up dead. Those are your two options.
Hey, I wasn't brooding, nor did I have a suicidal idea to just throw myself and save my friends. I mean, this is a win-win for me.
Yeah.
And natural hair color.
I found a magic
And
sword.
natural volume, too.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I found a magic
Could
sword, and
actually
I'm going
hear
to
you
use it
through
to
most
kill
of
the
this.
Legion.
I'm so sorry, but slow.
No, I know. I'm just teasing you.
It's like, wait, what did she say? I know she's got a normal volume. Show us her volume. Okay, hi.
Anyway, hopefully we'll play this again in the future when we need another filler, because I love Thera and I would like to play them all the time.
I mean, down to clown for this one again.
There was I love the beautifulness of all of this. I love that John is just out here on his quest for I'm gonna save the world, and
You save the world and no one can stop me.
exactly.
You go, girl.
I mean, I'm not even necessarily going to save the world. I'm just going to save my kingdom. Y'all dipped. Y'all can screw. Except for Nor can hang, and except for Thera, because Thera is a Fey Queen, and I bring them trinkets so that they don't eat me when I'm in the dark woods. And
Thera
also,
wouldn't eat you.
I don't know that.
I mean, this is true.
I live in the city, and you're like Queen Mab as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, we've got Spinner Queen, Queen Mab, and Crazy Princess, something like that.
And after today, Duanala can also hang.
Yes.
But everyone else,
They can
Everyone else
suck
can
it.
jog on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to play again, especially since we are waiting for everybody to settle their business and their health matters.
Yeah. But
It was me, and then it was someone else, and then it's a
but
time.
I promise I have a really good opening for it.
I'm so hype.
I was flailing with MJ just the other night. We were getting everything prepped, and I was like, and then this.
Oh no!
I have a chimera now.
Yay!
It's awesome.
You have
I
a
haven't-
chimera that's bigger than you.
I haven't named them yet, and I haven't definitively decided if it's going to be an albatross, but I like the idea of it being an albatross.
So you're saying Benny has a friend now?
Possibly, yes.
Yes.
We have to figure out how to explain
Benny
the
could
fact.
have already had a friend if Benny could just like hang underwater.
I mean, the reeds didn't sit on the fur, and it just kind of just wanted to pop off all the time. And I did want to draw my chimera, whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it.
Chimera.
Yeah, that too.
Your
Chimichurri.
chimichanga.
Because words I can't say apparently
Churro.
at all.
Anyways, I'm gonna finally get to introduce you guys to some mortals, which is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, God.
baby.
Does this mean we can use our dreamer points now?
Uh-huh.
Do I have any of those?
Oh no, actually, I might have given you some, but I don't know because I did kind of strip Jack away from all of the things that he owned.
Wrecked his entire shop.
Yeah, all of my magic powers are gone, and I am the failed monarch of 2 kingdoms. So
But you will always have the memorable times at Urantus.
I still need to make a T-shirt that just says Urantus in a very Disney
Welcome
fashion.
to Harantus.
Welcome. I know, and have Jeremiah like at the bottom post somewhere.
I swam to Harantus, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Yep. Because poor Jeremiah.
Anyways, we're going to wrap up. Thank you guys for joining us on this journey. As always, we're going to let everybody introduce themselves again in case you missed it at the beginning. So we'll start up at the top with MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. Sorry, I was saving my character sheet. I am a podcaster and a writer, and you can find more of my work at certainpov.com.
Awesome. And John.
hi, I'm John Bradley Lestrange, and you can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard.
And Junie.
I am Judy Vanish. You can find me on the internet because apparently I live there. I'm on a whole bunch of different platforms, and right now I'm on Twitch doing St. Jude's as I'm a St. Jude's ambassador.
And I'm going to take a moment to plug our regular cast members since they deserve love too. Velvet, you can find at OG Brown Sugar most places. Michelle, you can find as Michelle C. Light on most places. Rhea, you can find as explosive_donut. You should follow all of them because we love them. But you should also follow me, Spectre Elefant, which is where you can find me most places on the internet, or you can follow this channel at Arc of the Dragon on Twitter or Archives of the Dragon on YouTube. You can follow it, like it, catch up with our backlog, see our previous one-shots. Yeah, I know. I have a list. Also, as always, you can follow us here on Twitch. You can subscribe to us here on Twitch. You can throw bits at us here on Twitch. I mean, I'm biased, but you should do all of those things. Anyway, we will see you hopefully sometime in the next week, and then in 2 weeks for our season 3 opening. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Yay!